it's so crazy what's happening here, like, oh.
Guys, hey everyone, we need to tell you a story. This is one of those stories you will normally not hear, and I think I'm never going to tell a story like that, exactly like that again. I'm sure I'm not going to tell a story like that again. Listen here, this girl, look at that smile. 8 hours ago, she was laying stiff in the middle of the street, not breathing. The arms were stiff. She was blue in the head. She was as good as dead. And now she's sitting here smiling. And the only thing you see is a little mark there on her cheek from the
from the
ground there. This is just a crazy, crazy story. Listen to this. 8 hours ago, I was in the office. Somebody came running here. We at the Jesus Center in North Carolina. Somebody came running and said, call 911, call 911. I took my jacket. I ran out on the road in the middle of the street. She was laying, they were speaking tongues, and other people was praying for her, praying for her, praying for her. I run up and say, what happened, what happened? Somebody told me that she fainted. She stopped breathing, her tongue was blue and swollen. A guy came, he was there, one of the guys who work here tried the heart massage and CPR and breathe in her mouth to mouth. And something, her stomach started to move, but he had difficulty getting air in. And everything was crazy. And you at one time, you were walking and praying. You were in shock. You thought you had lost your friend.
I just kept having thoughts like, she's dying right in front of me. Like, this can't be happening. She's dying right now. Like, she's completely, like, looked like there was no life. I mean, I have never seen anything like this. Like, I was in shock, and I had to just walk away because I was trying not to cry. It was so hard. It's like losing my sister. And I stood there, I stared at the trees, and I just looked up. I'm like, Jesus, like, I can't do anything in my own strength. Like, you need to like bring her back. I cannot lose her right now. So I said, I just ask that you send down your angels right now, and they need to go there, and they need to bring her back, and they need to like revive her, because whatever we're doing is not working. And it's like, as soon as I said that, I like turned around. We finally got a phone to call 911, and then I heard her talking, and I was just like, hallelujah. It was like disbelief. But
you're going to hear her story. How was it?
It went so fast. Like, we were going to a restaurant for lunch, and she was running with my brother to the restaurant, and suddenly she was laying on the ground. We ran there. She, like, in 10 seconds, her whole face went blue and purple. She was not breathing anymore. So we started praying, and we were like, what is happening? And God, like, this is not her time, you know? And it looked like she was almost dead, you know, and we didn't know what to do. And then, I don't know, after praying and things, and God did a miracle. Like, she's there, you know. I don't know, it's God, like, it's amazing what he did. It's, yeah.
It's going to be even crazier later, but let's hear her story. What do you remember?
So the last thing I remember before I blacked out was that I was ready to go. We were walking down, and I was like, Noah, do you want to race with me, like, down to the restaurant for lunch? So we were just having fun and running together, and then we got to the fence line, and then I stopped. Like, I couldn't breathe, and my chest was heavy, and it looked like the world was just kind of moving, and the trees were moving, and that's where I blanked out. And then I must have gone to the ground. I didn't like get a concussion or anything, but I must have caught myself a little bit, but I just don't remember. And then it just went blank. And so everything they saw where I was blue in the face and not breathing, I don't have any memory of that time. But when I came to, and I was a little confused, and I didn't know where I was at first, but then the Lord just brought back all those memories, and he just restored that. And then I got into the ambulance. By the time I was in the ambulance, I remembered everything that had happened besides that blackout period. And then I was talking to the ambulance driver, and I had energy, and I was happy, and I was just so thankful to the Lord, like, that he restored me and revived me and didn't leave me. And it's just so amazing. And on the way to the hospital, I got to witness to the man, the medic in the in the ambulance, and share my testimony of coming to faith and just how faithful the Lord is and all the miracles that I've seen. And I invited him here to the center, and so hopefully he will come. But
go far to share the gospel to people, but you don't have to go so far. You came to a hospital, and they did a lot of tests. Yeah. What was that?
So they did an EKG, they did a CAT scan, blood tests, and an x-ray, and they found nothing, like absolutely nothing. They said, you know, you're perfectly healthy. Basically, they don't know why it happened. They couldn't anyways explain why it happened medically, because I've been, you know, perfect health since I was a kid, never had any health problems. I've been super active, played sports throughout high school, and never had asthma or seizures, anything like that. So medically they didn't have an answer, and even when we were in, they came up with just kind of, oh, maybe it was this. And then Rebecca said, well, is it normal, you know, when that happens to people, for them to go blue in the face, not to be able to breathe, to be foaming at the mouth and, you know, choking? And she said, no, that doesn't, you know, really happen, but you know, that's just, you know, what they think it is, and that's just kind of an answer that they give. That was what the nurse said.
And they didn't have answer, and the nurse at that time said like, yeah, but maybe it's because you were in shock and we think it was worse than it was. Yeah. But I have an education as a fireman. I've taken many courses. I've been out with accident before. And this was not just somebody fainted. No. This was like stiff in the body, blue in the face, eyes wide open, like, yeah. No one there. And now she's sitting there. And but the Bible said, heal the sick, cast out demons, raise the dead. We are called to go out and set people free. We are called to bring life to people no matter where they are. How is it for you to see her sit there good now?
I don't know. I just like, it's just weird. I just feel like, I honestly feel like Jesus is actually kind of slowly fading the memories of the way, like, when I looked at her, like, that was just too much for me to handle. Like, seeing you like that was, like, if I think about it, I'll cry, because it's just like, it's so strong. Like, it was so scary. And if he, like, I probably would be haunted by those if he didn't take them away. And I'm feeling like slowly it's like being kind of like his grace is like helping me forget, because it's really, it was traumatizing a little bit. But Jesus is like, I don't know, it's just, you're like totally fine. You're like smiling, and I'm like, what is going on? It's amazing.
You know, Jesus came to raise us from the dead. And 1 year ago, she got raised from the dead when she got baptized to Christ and rose up again, and she received the Holy Spirit. You come from a non-Christian background. Yeah. What have God done? It's amazing. Come on.
So it's so amazing, and I would never go back and change anything, because the Lord delivered me from everything, from my depression, from my anxiety. He delivered me from it, and he's given me new life, and I'm completely free from my sin. I'm free from that sadness and that feeling of I have no purpose and I don't know where I belong. And there's so many people in the world that I think are feeling that. But, you know, if you are willing, you know, to follow Jesus, to take up your cross, to leave your old life behind, leave that sin behind and turn from it, he's gonna give you a life that is so full of joy and so full of happiness and peace. There's nothing that compares to it. And the enemy, the devil, he wants you to believe that, you know, sin is so good and it's so pleasing to your flesh, and, you know, that there's nothing better, but it's pulling you down, and it is death to you, to your soul and to your body. And Jesus wants to give you life, because he created you, and everything was created for him and through him. And just, if he's stirring your heart right now, I just pray for you that the Lord would just give you a sign and show you he's there, and he's calling you, he's drawing you, he wants that relationship with you. And he showed me that, and I'm so blessed and so thankful, because I was so deep in my sin, but he brought me out. He brought me out of the world, and now I'm a child of God, and it's so amazing.
And today she can add that God took her out. God raised her up there. I believe if we have not been there, if we have not prayed, if this have not been happening, she have not been sitting here today. Because a crazy thing also happened, because what is the chance that somebody will fall over dead in the middle of the street? But a half hour after she went in the ambulance, one of the neighbors came to us. And she said, hi, I just want to say hi. And then she started saying, I'm in shock, because I was the one who found the other woman a week ago. Because a week ago, or 6 days ago today, a woman was found dead on the street, just a few meters, 100 meters from here, on this road. And that's like 6 days ago, a woman was found dead on this street, a few 100 meters from here. Today, she fall down, she was laying there. But you are praying, people was praying. And you are not dead. You are alive. You are alive. And I just, there is a message here. And it's just so crazy. Like, what is the chances? 2 girls or 2 women in 6 days laying in the middle of the street. One died, one was raised up. What did Jesus say it would be in the end days? 2 will lay in the same bed. One will raise up, one will not. 2 work on the same field. One will raise up, one will not. There is a message here. There is a message here. Really, you need to be born again. You need to be born again. And actually, the true raise up for the dead happened with her 1 year ago.
1 year ago when I was baptized to Jesus, and you go in the water, you die with him, and you rise with him, and you're a new creation, and it's a new life.
Yeah, and one day we are all going to raise up for the dead again. One day we are going to stand in heaven together with our Lord Jesus Christ. Make sure you are born again. Share this video to people. Get people, share this video, and you out there understand 150,000 people die every day. A woman died here, a few 100 meters from here 6 days ago. She fall down today, but she's raised up. She's in Christ, she's a new life, and we are all going to die one day. Make sure you are born again. God bless you out there. What a day. Bye-bye.